All right. It is Saturday, March 5th, and you are listening to Jared and Mike Tell It Right podcast. How's it going today, Jared?
Well, it's the weekend. That's always a plus.
Fuck yeah,
You know,
brother.
weekends are always the best. Get to do this, talk to you,
Fuck
listen
yeah.
to some tunes. You know,
You know, I
you know
did
what?
go I did go hiking this morning.
Did you
Yeah, that was pretty fun. That was pretty good. Getting out the
today?
getting out in the outdoors and just fucking getting some fresh air. Can't beat that.
It was like semi crappy weather. Like you wanted it to be nice, and like you had all good intentions of like 70 degrees being like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you went out and it was windy and it wasn't very sunny. It just kind of
It
killed the vibe.
was muddy too. It was muddy
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
It was a mind fuck.
yes,
At least it
yeah,
got me out the door today, though. That's all that matters.
yeah. It gave us spring blue balls today.
Yeah. Spring blue waffles.
Disgusting. So, anyways, I got to listen to some tunes this weekend,
Fuck yeah. Tell me
and
about them.
so you ever remember? I mean, this was back in the day, but Paul Simon and you can call me Al. It's got Chevy Chase with him,
Yeah.
and and Chevy Chase is like lip syncing the whole song, and Paul Simon in the video is just like walking in and out like with different instruments and starts playing them. And like I always remember that song when I was growing up because it was just hilarious. But like the best part is when like at the very end they're like doing this like twist thing from side to side. And Chevy Chase is like a trumpet. He's like blowing it right in Paul Simon's face, and the face he gives is just like
Yeah.
like he's
You
getting
know,
smacked with it.
it's an interesting song. I mean, it's like all the songs in the 80s are interesting because you're just like thinking to yourself, how do you fucking write something like that? How do you just sit there with, oh yeah, we're gonna have all these fucking trumpets and saxophones going off and fucking bongo drums and whatever you name it, and like how do you fucking come up with that? Like, I don't know. But no, you know what my favorite part of that music video is? Where Chevy
What's that?
Chase is drinking the fucking water and he just fucking drops it through what ends up becoming the bongo drum
Yeah,
stand.
yeah, because he thought it was a table.
It's a total Chevy Chase move though. Like just
Yeah,
ignorantly just fucking thinking something's there, just dropping it and not even worrying about it too.
yeah, just nonchalantly just going along with the video and singing.
But
Yeah,
I heard yeah, Chevy Chase and Paul Simon, they're like buddies from the Saturday Night Live days and shit.
really.
Yeah, I guess back in some of the early episodes, what is it? Paul Simon was on there and they did some skits like somebody, I think Chevy was pretending to be Garfunkel, like Simon and
Yeah,
Garfunkel getting back together skits,
yeah.
sort of shit. But I just like wonder like how that went. Where he's just like Paul's just like, hey Chevy, you want to be in my music video? And I'm sure he was like, no 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 no
No, 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 no,
no
no, no,
no 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 no
no,
no.
no, 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 no.
Sure, I'll be in your music videos.
Yeah.
But
No, that was a good video. I mean, it's stupid, but it
it
was
was
perfect.
cheap too. And
Yeah,
like we
like
we don't think about it that way. We think it's just like this goofy um music video, but man, it is in one little small room, painted pink out of
yeah,
all. You don't see anything else. They don't go outside of that room. But I guess that's how most music videos are anyways.
yeah. Well, look at because you're talking about wacky saxophones and shit like that. Look at the George Harrison video, "Mind Set on You."
Dude, that's
I mean,
like that one
it's like
freaks me out. He's like in a fucking I don't even know. It's like some kind of like fun house.
It's just like everything's moving.
Yeah, he must have. I don't I don't
I don't
really
know.
remember that one as a kid. I remember just seeing it later on. It's fucking weird, dude.
The squirrel playing the saxophone, like doing the saxophone solo, and it's like a stuffed squirrel.
Yeah, and like the hats are moving and shit,
Mhm.
and like what else is
It's
going
like
on in
Pee-wee's
there?
Playhouse,
That's
but
what it is. Yeah,
yeah,
it's Pee Wee's Playhouse.
yes,
Yeah, like fucking clocks are shifting forward, drawers are opening in and out,
yeah.
swords are moving. Yeah, that's a fucking great place to be at.
You know what always frightened me from Pee-wee's Playhouse? The floorboards with the eyes. You remember that?
I don't know.
Pee-wee's Playhouse?
I remember Please Playhouse, but I don't remember the floorboards with eyes in them.
Oh, it was frightening.
I just remember that fucking chair, dude.
Well, that was frightening too.
Who the? I want to know. Was that really for children, or was it really just for fucking adults tripping on acid?
Probably both. Lawrence
Just
Fishburne was in it.
what?
He was a cowboy.
No way.
Yes, Lawrence Fishburne was a cowboy on Pee-wee's Playhouse. Dude, it's like this. It's not like a normal cowboy either. It's like one of those like bedazzled, like pink cowboy off outfits with the frills under the arm.
Wait, Morpheus?
Yes, Lawrence Fishburne was on Pee-wee's Playhouse
Oh my
as a
god,
cowboy.
I'm looking this up right now. I want to see
It's
what's.
ridiculous.
Oh my god!
Yes, I told you.
No!
I told you. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, man. That's Lawrence Fishburne.
That's how you get into the industry, man. That's how you get into Hollywood.
That was like his version of gay porn.
It had to have been.
You know?
I want to know what came first, this or was it Boys in the Hood that he played in? He played the
I
dad, right?
Yeah, something like that. He could
No,
but he couldn't
it's
have been
not.
that old.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
This had
okay,
to come first. Pee-wee's Playhouse was
yeah,
like
we'll
the
go at
late
Lawrence.
80s.
We'll go at Lawrence Fishburne on fucking Pee Wee's Playhouse as the gay cowboy. Hey, dude, you did so well at that. Let's play. Why don't we get you in a ghetto movie? You know, let's get you in.
Listen, if you
Fucking,
can play a gay cowboy, you can play anything.
you could play Morpheus for sure.
Right? You can play with yourself.
I can just imagine the auditions for fucking what do you call it? The Matrix. All right, Lawrence, what's your background? I know they knew his background, but let's just pretend here for a second. I played a gay cowboy. That's how I got into the fucking industry. You got the job from Morpheus, baby.
You're hired.
You're hired.
Yeah.
Now you get to play with Keanu, the fucking guy that lives forever. I can't believe this. Who's the male lady?
That's that hot blonde lady, isn't
No,
it? With big boobs.
I'm looking at a black lady with not like cornrows, but
Braided
modest
hair.
dreads. Yeah,
No.
modest dreads. She also
Told
has
you,
a
man.
fro in some of these episodes too. Cowboy Curtis was his name. Cowboy Curtis. Wow.
In the Matrix. Yeah, that's how you got the Matrix.
But he did play in Boys in the Hood, I think. He played the dad. Yeah, Boys in the Hood's that's the serious one, right? That's not the one with the Wayans.
No.
Maybe there was a Wayans in that one too, but I mean, I'm talking about the serious one. I think like Ice Cube wrote or something.
Yeah, that people get shot and stuff.
Yeah, like real things happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
instead of like opening up a mail truck and all of a sudden there's just like a fucking nuke just sitting there.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. The Matrix, Lawrence Fishburne, apocalyptic machine takeovers. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's crazy. And this all stemmed from George Harrison's Got My Mind Set on You. Because I mean, actually, he probably took that from Pee Wee. I'm just surprised fucking Cowboy Curtis didn't make a fucking run in that music video. You know,
right?
just like fucking in the background, you know, throwing his hat up and down and his.
Well, that's
his
like
curls.
that one song that was really popular. Fuck, now I can't think of the name of it. Old Town Road or whatever.
Old Town
I'm gonna
Road.
take my horse to the Old Town Road. I don't know. That was like super popular. And then there's like this gay cowboy guy.
Cowboys.
And I think he went to the what's the thing for music? Like not like the
Grand Ole
Golden
Opry.
Globe. No. Not the Emmys, but like the
Grammys.
Is it Grammys?
I think that's
Is that for music? Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, the MTV Music Awards.
Yeah, okay. So the Grammys, this dude showed up wearing like an AstroTurf like cape or some shit. And like he changed in the middle of like the red carpet.
That's weird.
It was really gay.
Yeah. Fucking gay cowboys.
Well, you know what? That's what you get from Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
So, but again, Lawrence Fishburne, apocalyptic machine takeovers. That is tonight's theme.
That is tonight's
theme.
I mean, we'll get into that here in a little bit, but yeah, you're right. Fucking, we're gonna be talking about the Terminator. It's a fucking classic movie starring Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, and the famous Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's not a tumor.
What's
We're
the
gonna
other
play
one?
a game. What is your daddy? And who's your daddy and what does he do?
I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm a cop, you idiot.
The guy was in so many movies.
He was. You know, he started so we'll go a little bit on Arnold here. He started getting into the shit when he was like 12 years old. You know that, right? Like that's where bodybuilding started for him. Or maybe 15. And then by the time he was 20, he was like fucking Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
Surprised he's not fucking dead. I mean, isn't that like the most unhealthy thing ever to just like bodybuild when you're fucking young?
Yeah. Like it actually stunts your growth, but he was on a bunch of steroids. Like that was the golden years of steroids when they would just like take all kinds of crazy shit.
They didn't give a fuck.
No, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm gonna get a picture with fucking Carl Weathers with that for the same scene that he did in Predator with Arnold. Because he like locks arms with the dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's the matter? CIA got you pushing too many pencils?" Like just overpowering him. But I want to get a picture like that. Like that would be freaking epic. Carl Weathers. But he couldn't. So Arnold, have you ever seen Conan the Barbarian?
A long time ago, but yeah.
So he was terrible at speaking English at the time.
He really pulled that one around.
Yeah. Like he still sucks at it. But
yeah.
There was like a point where like he had like no lines because he couldn't really speak English very well. Conan was one of them.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
Get to the chopper. Oh man.
What was Commando about? That was another one he starred in.
It was like he was an ex-commando guy or some shit, and his daughter got kidnapped by some Colombian drug lord dude,
Uh,
and he went after her.
so it's like fucking what Liam Neeson played in. They just copied off Arnold.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so there's like 3 Taken movies, right, with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Like after the first one, like fuck. Like if you're getting kidnapped that much, you might as well just off yourself because you're just ruining everybody's life around you too.
Yeah.
Like if you have to go through this 3 times, like sorry, cutting ties with you, bro. Like I'm moving somewhere else. I'm getting in witness protection. Like you are a fucking curse, Liam
Yeah.
Neeson.
You know, writers don't think about this shit when they write movies. They're just like, I want a fucking trilogy like George Lucas.
Yeah.
So we come up with like a fucking trilogy about getting fucking kidnapped every year. You know, oh,
Like
it's
how many
just another year. We're getting kidnapped. Dad's gonna rescue us. No biggie.
Exactly. How many times can you get fucking kidnapped? Seriously.
Before you either like kill yourself because like you're always getting kidnapped, or yeah, you
Some
go
kind
to
of
like the FBI and be like witness protection or arrest my
yeah.
dad. I don't know.
Yeah. Like you got PTSD from getting kidnapped 3 times. Like second time would be enough. But
That person's
no.
applying for a medical marijuana card. Oh, so you have PTSD. Why do you
What
think you
ha-
have PTSD? Oh, because my dad works for the CIA and pisses off terrorists all the time, and I just get kidnapped. And then he has to come save me. Give me a fucking card.
So
Prescribed.
the first one really had nothing to do with him. It was
Really?
just yeah, because it was more like human trafficking. Like his daughter went to France.
Yeah, and they
They
I get what you're
they like
saying.
shared a ride and shit because his daughter was dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was like human trafficking shit. Kind of like Hostel. Weird shit. That's a weird fucking movie too.
Then what were the next two about? At that point, he pissed somebody
Uh
off, right?
yeah, something like that.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. But the first
Okay.
time was like human trafficking shit.
Okay, medical marijuana doctor. The first time I was an idiot and I got myself kidnapped and my dad saved me. But after that, he pissed off too many of these fucking human traffickers and it's just gone downhill ever since.
Yes.
It is my fault. Card.
Oh man.
Oh
Fucking
man,
Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, man. We're gonna
let's
see him soon.
yeah, let's talk about some of these new releases out there, like Obi-Wan, where Liam Neeson would come back and make a, I guess, make up for Taken and come back to Star Wars.
Yeah. Him and his ponytail.
Yeah, he better bring that back. If he has got short hair because they're like, oh, Force ghosts fucking groom themselves, fuck that. I'll
Well,
protest Star Wars.
so anyways, I've heard that yes, there will be an appearance of Qui-Gon, but they don't know if it's just voice or if he will actually appear as a Force ghost. Like being dubbed over like something he's hearing.
Yeah.
But there is some type of like, so remember at the end of the third movie
Yeah.
where it's like Yoda starts telling him about like how Qui-Gon reached out from the other realm or whatever he says.
Yeah, because Qui-Gon, yeah, dude, that's why like he's such an underrated character. There needs to be more on him because he's just like this badass that can fuck with the dark side, but not get sucked into the dark side because it's all for the greater good. And it's just like, fuck, man, we need to know more about him. But then there's theories that like he could have really like, so let's say he didn't die, you know. I mean, he could have changed to the dark side at one point, but everybody thinks that if he didn't die, that Anakin wouldn't have joined the dark side because he would have been able to help him control that. But
True.
who the fuck are we though, right?
Well, remember when like Count Dooku was in the clone Attack of the Clones?
I do, yeah. And that's where, so there was a comic I read where Dooku tells Qui-Gon that, you know, the Jedi Order forbids prophecies, you know, forbids looking into them because they're afraid it causes that curiosity that leads you to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't really get into it, but that's exactly what he does. He starts getting into the prophecies, Count Dooku. And that's where he kind of, I mean, you also got to realize too, the Emperor is also manipulating many people at this point. There's no backstory, really. I mean, there might be in some of these comics that I haven't gotten to yet, but as far as I know, yeah, basically, I think the Emperor, you know, was manipulating him, and I don't think he necessarily would have turned dark if it wasn't for the Emperor. But yeah, you're right. I don't know.
It's like the Jedi Order is such a flawed religion, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean,
Way
I
of
guess it
life.
is a religion.
But it's so flawed. Like it's so contradictory. And like even the people that were of the best of them failed to be the perfect Jedi.
It's the fucking
You know what I
Catholic
mean?
Church, bro.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is. But I mean, look at it like Yoda. Yoda wasn't perfect, but he was one of the best Jedis ever.
Yeah.
Mace Windu. Mace Windu was a badass.
And these guys all have something in common too. Like,
Yeah.
there is the story about Yoda dipping into the dark side, going further than anybody really has, you know, without getting sucked into it. Like, they had different understandings of shit, but they followed the Jedi Order because I think where Yoda ends up, I think he ends up seeing like in his own self, like there's things that need to be broken. There's rules that need to be broken. Maybe not for the rest of the order, but in order to keep, you know, a grip on everything and, you know, to be a good leader. Yeah, I definitely think he broke a lot of rules.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a son.
Who?
Yoda. I mean, that's
Well,
the rumor. The rumor is he
Yeah.
mated with Yaddle and
See, but here's the thing. The Jedi Order does not state that you can't have sex. You can't have attachment. Because attachment leads to the dark side because you want to, like what happened with Anakin. He loved Padme. He saw her dying, so he became obsessed with keeping her alive, and that attachment led him down the path of the dark side.
Just like Obi-Wan, too.
Yes.
Obi-Wan banged the shit out of Mother Mary, wiped her mind, went back to Tatooine. Baby Jesus was born.
Jeebus.
He came to Earth. He came from a galaxy far, far away.
He did.
Because he didn't want Yoda knowing.
He was force sensitive.
Yeah.
I perform miracles.
See, our solar system has this radiation belt around it that Yoda couldn't sense what Obi-Wan was doing. So he went to Earth.
Just going to Pound Town.
Went to Pound Town, fucked with Joseph, and then wiped Mary's mind.
Yeah. After he wiped his dick on her.
and then Mary gave birth to a force sensitive being known as Jesus.
Jeebus.
And Uncle Gary was there to raise him.
Tank Johnson was there.
No, we got to give a props out to Queef Malone, man. Those are some pretty genius freaking freaking book covers.
Uncle Gary in the cum stain cargo pants.
There was another one I saw today. Dude, Nazi Hunter is like one of my favorite. It's just like so badass. Here it's Uncle Gary Cum Highway, and it says a desperate loner, hard up and hell bent for cum.
Ew.
Yeah, I know, it's really weird. Then there was another one, Uncle Gary out on bail. Where's my flashlight?
Oh man.
Oh, there's actually 2 covers for the Curse of the Cargo or the Cum Stain cargo shorts. There's like one that's like really creepy looking, and then there's one that's like really 80s Hardy Boys looking, where there is a box of Durals and then a Michelob, and then you see like the Uncle Gary with the mullet.
Yeah. Durals, like those were the most horrible cigarettes ever. Have you ever smoked? I smoked for a while.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I've smoked cigarettes, but yeah, I don't think I've ever had a Dural.
Oh, I have.
It's hardcore.
Yeah. There's 2 things you need in life to be a hardcore motherfucker. Like drinking Michelobes.
Yeah.
And smoking Durals.
Durals.
Dural.
I do
whatever.
I feel like Durell is like the only cigarette that's like allowed to advertise, because that's how shitty their cigarette is, and they just feel bad that they don't make business.
I used to smoke weird fucking cigarettes growing up.
I would too, like in college, because they were cheap and they would give me like nasty stomach aches. That's how you knew you had garbage tobacco. There was a point I bought like a whole tobacco rolling thing. Like it wasn't even rolling. It was just like you got the cigarette butt with, it was already like, it was just an empty shell with the filter on it. And then you got this machine where you dropped a bunch of tobacco in there and you pulled it back, and then it loads it, and then you pull it out and you have a packed cigarette. Those also gave me stomach aches.
So you were making your own cigarettes?
Yeah, I was. I wasn't rolling them though. I wasn't like one of those weirdos where they roll them and then light them and it looks like a joint. Like that's hardcore. Like if you're fucking rolling your own smokes. I'm trying to think, dude. There was somebody I knew, and like, yeah, they just constantly rolled their own smokes. It was some kind of fucking.
It takes a lot of commitment.
Well, this person was like a drunk or a drug addict. Oh yeah, it was this one dude I knew. It was his like brother-in-law. This dude would roll a cigarette. Yeah, that's because that's all he could afford. I mean, because it was like $3 for a pouch of fucking cigarettes, and then
huge
joint rolls are just like what, 50 cents?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was at like a Sox game with the dude, and he's just fucking rolling cigarettes.
Well, I have one of those rolling machines.
So do I.
Like rolling joints. Yeah.
Yeah, but I gave up on rolling joints. I don't do that anymore.
You just buy the cones.
Yeah, and pack it. Dude, those are way better. Because like, dude, it's hard to roll a joint like that and to get that fat ass end to the skinny end.
I just find those to be just way too much though. The cone's like this long. Like, I'm not gonna smoke that.
Yeah, I never
Marley cone. Like I just end up twisting off the end, and like I could honestly do with like half of that.
Yeah, well, that's what I do too. Yeah, I never pack them out. I mean, whatever. But yeah, I end up going like a quarter or halfway, and then that's when I start spinning it or cut it.
Yeah.
So I have a nice wick to light.
Because otherwise, it's just a waste. Like you have to out it.
Did you know you're supposed to light? Like, so when I first started buying dispensary marijuana, I did not know that you were supposed to light the little tips of the joints at first and then inhale while that's on fire because it actually evenly lights that fucking joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I used to just come up and light it, and then I'd have like
twist and have that little tip.
Yeah,
just the tip.
You know how I saw it? There was a guy out in on Venice Beach, actually, where Arnold used to work out. Back when I went to California to get married on my honeymoon, we were on Venice Beach. We had this couple was making jewelry, right? And I ended up following them on Instagram. They hooked us up with a fucking joint. That was actually pretty cool. They're like, it's going to take like, whatever to do it, like an hour or so. And we were asking them like, hey, where can we get weed and stuff? They're like, well, you really need a medical card, but hey, we got some joints. We'll hook you up with one. Here you go. Just go smoking. They're like, just go on the beach and light one up and then come back and we'll have it ready for you. Like, all right. It was pretty sweet. But yeah, I followed him on Instagram and like, dude, he had a joint one day and that's where I learned it. He's like, you got to light it here. And then he's like, see, it's all even.
How much did that blow your mind?
It blew my mind a lot. And it was actually at lunch during work and I was in my car watching this. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I can't wait to go home tonight.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll that fat shit.
Yeah. So,
well, should we jump into the
let's
Nader?
get in the main topic tonight because I was going to bring up a stupid movie that's coming out with Ryan Reynolds. Let's just.
I think the world's sick of Ryan Reynolds at this point.
I know he's getting into a lot of shit, dude. He's just like every time I look at Netflix, new movie with Ryan Reynolds today. Like he was just in like some like heist movie. Not too long before that, he's a millionaire doing more heists. So
yeah, wasn't it like some like Nova 6 or?
It was like the Bad 8 or something, or like the shitty 7s. I don't know.
Yeah, the turd 2.
Yeah, the turd 2. No, I just know James Franco's brother played in it, and he got fucking killed. You know how James Franco's brother died in this movie, whatever it was, like the
shotgun to the dick.
No, he's driving a fucking rice burning motherfucking like Honda or something. Yeah. Or actually maybe it was a Volkswagen. Sorry.
Yeah,
either way, it's a hatchback. He's driving through like fucking Russia or something. Ends up driving into like a warehouse, and then he does a Tokyo drift into some fucking beam that hits him in the head and kills him. Or like stabs him or protrudes through his body somehow or something. And then they just abandon him.
I mean, I'd probably do the same shit.
I mean, it's James Franco's brother.
No, fuck James Franco's brother. Fuck James Franco's brother, man.
It would be the best if that's what they said in Pineapple Express. If James Franco was like, man, fuck James Franco's brother. I don't know.
I thought hurricane season was over.
Fuck Jeff Goldblum, man. But yeah, so this coming out March 11th. It's the Adam Project.
Sounds awful already.
It is. Listen to the description. A alien crashes on Earth, and a time traveler comes to like pretty much help his younger self become the savior of Earth. Which we're about to talk about a movie that's like that. So they're just ripping that off and just saying it's aliens instead of AI robots.
Yeah.
And so Mark Ruffalo apparently is going back in time to go fucking teach his younger self how to save the fucking world. Where Ryan Reynolds comes in the whole picture, I have no fucking idea.
I don't know. Fucking Mark Ruffalo is kind of I don't know. He played the Hulk, but beyond that, I've never seen him in a movie that I was like, yeah, Mark Ruffalo's in that. I want to go watch that.
Who was in Shooter? Was it that was the guy from Ant-Man, the annoying guy from Ant-Man, right?
The annoying guy from
the annoying Mexican guy from Ant-Man.
Oh yeah. I can't think of his. Yeah,
he played in Shooter, right? Yeah, okay.
yeah.
For some reason, I was kind of thinking maybe Mark Ruffalo. What the fuck did Mark Ruffalo ever play in before like Avengers? Like I know he did, but like, was it even any good, or was it just chick flicks or something?
The thing is, nobody cares what Mark Ruffalo played in.
Yeah,
Michael Pena,
Michael Pena.
something like that. It's got that
Yeah,
tilde over the A, so I
my
don't know how to
brother's
pronounce
girlfriend's
it.
boyfriend's sister knows this guy, and they got a heist. Let me tell you the story.
Yeah, but that's just an awful. So again, Mark Ruffalo, nobody cares.
Right. So March 11th, if you're really that big of a loser and you got nothing else going on that day, check out the Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds and Mark Ruffalo.
Like
Two
the
people
only
that
reason,
nobody care about anymore.
Yeah, yeah. The only reason anybody would watch that is because Ryan Reynolds is in it, but he's too busy promoting Mint Mobile that nobody cares about him.
I mean, his kids are filming it.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good film though. But I will say Jennifer Gardner and Zoe Saldana, you know, the green girl from what do you call it? Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
You know what I find
She's
interesting about that? She plays a green girl in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? But in
Yeah.
Star Trek, she plays a normal person, but her roommate is some weird green, you know, fucking thing.
Oh yeah. That he was banging.
Yeah. Kirk banging the greens. That should be a short that we make, and it's just gonna be Captain Kirk bangs the greens.
Don't even say Captain, just Kirk.
Kirk bangs
bangs
that actually sounds like it's a porno. Kirk bangs the greens, and then it's just like this shitty 80s set.
But that sounds like a hashtag that nobody wants. Kurt bangs the greens.
Kirk
like,
bangs
what?
the greens.
Hashtag Kurt bangs the greens.
I went for a walk today. Hashtag Kirk bangs the greens. Took my kids out to the store today. We had a great time. Hashtag Kirk bangs the greens. 1 million views.
Right. I was putting salt on my steak and the cap fell off. Hashtag Kurt bangs the green. Like you could do it for anything. It's going to be the new trend. Kurt bangs the greens.
I was working on my car today. Kurt bangs the greens.
Hashtag Kurt bangs the greens.
People, we need this to go viral. We need a new hashtag, and it needs to be called Kirk bangs the greens.
Yes.
Make it happen. In the meantime,
hashtag Kirk bangs the greens.
In the meantime, we're going to talk about a great movie that really, what do you call that word when it makes like an impact on society? Because I really do think Terminator did.
A cult classic.
Yes, it's a cult classic. About a movie about AI robots sent back in time to kill humanity's hope for survive, or basically go back and kill all the humans.
Yeah.
But it's where a future man must seed a woman that will give birth to a badass robot killing dude. That's really my summary of the 1984 classic, The Terminator. Written by Mr. James Cameron. Iron
Fantastic.
Jim, they call him. They call him Iron Jim.
Do they?
Yeah. He wrote this. Not only did he write it, but he directed it. Like he told motherfuckers, like, hey, this is how it's gonna go.
Didn't he do that for a lot of movies though?
Well, yeah, because he's Iron Jim. You know,
Hashtag Kurt bangs the green.
that's
Iron Jim.
that's how he became famous. He just
Yeah.
sat there and said Kirk bangs the greens, and they're like, he's so ahead of his time.
Fuck. Kurt bangs the green.
And then, it would be funny if like somehow we didn't know that he actually like directed that Star Trek movie. That would be even better.
If he did, I'd be
Yeah, if you really said
shocked
back in
right
the
now.
day, Kirk bangs the greens, and then like 20 years later does Star Trek,
And has Kirk bang the green
yeah,
on camera.
and that would be the Easter egg. Hey,
Yeah.
did you know that the reason James Cameron is so fucking famous is because he said the words Kirk bangs the greens 20 years later?
Exactly. I like a lot of his movies. I mean,
The Abyss.
The Abyss,
The Abyss.
Aliens.
Alien, right.
You have to watch that. That's going to be our next one.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
But I mean, even Avatar.
Yeah, dude. Avatar, I heard that they did a study after Avatar was released. Like, he really fucked with people's heads. Like, he really got people into that movie and conscious about their planet to the point when they left that movie, they started becoming depressed. Started becoming depressed because they couldn't connect with their planet. They're just looking at fucking asphalt and being like, I'm a piece of shit.
But you're watching fucking it was Fern Gully just with blue people.
Did he do Fern Gully too?
No, but remember Fern Gully?
Yeah, it was Fern Gully. It was. Dude,
that's all it was.
We got to talk about Fern Gully one day because that's a fucking badass movie. I have the strangest thing. I have the strangest feeling he had something to do with Fern Gully. I don't know. No, he had nothing to do with it. Fuck.
Fern Gully hashtag Kirk bangs the green.
So wait, the girl in Fern Gully that wears the red, like caveman outfit.
Yeah.
That fairy. That's probably Sigourney Weaver. He probably saw that. He's like, Sigourney is gonna play an Avatar.
No, he just had a hard on for Sigourney Weaver because she was in all the Alien movies that he directed. You
know who else he had a hard on for? Linda Hamilton, actually. I didn't know.
Really?
This. So one of the stars in Terminator. Well, let's go through who's in Terminator. So again,
let's talk about.
We got Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
All right.
You get to see her titties in it too.
Yeah. But she's kind of a fucked up person in general, man. I mean, she had like a husband die on her, like fucked up.
Because she did it type thing.
Maybe. Then we got Michael Biehn. Fucking Michael Biehn. And then we got Arnold Schwarzenegger. But yeah, James Cameron and Linda Hamilton used to bump uglies.
Really?
Yep. And yeah, I guess it didn't work, but she took like 50% or like 50 million, one or the other, of all the shit. Yeah. She really made out. I mean, she was just like a soap opera star. I'm trying to think. I think I got it written down here.
Was she banging James Cameron before?
I think it
Terminator?
Was after. I didn't write down when it happened. I just have it. James Cameron, married to James Cameron, but divorced for 50 million. It was for 50 million.
Yeah.
But so it was Terminator that fucking brought her up, but like she didn't really play in like other movies. She really went back to TV a lot more. Because then really the only other thing she really played in was, so she played in all those Terminators, but Dante's Peak. I mean,
hey, that had what's his face?
Yeah, with Pierce Brosnan, right?
Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, man.
Now, I don't think I've ever seen Shadow Conspiracy with Charlie Sheen, but she played in that.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those gay movies that nobody has ever heard of.
Mark Ruffalo's probably in it.
Mark, I bet. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo, and then who played Ant-Man again? What was that guy's name? Why can't I think of it?
Fuck.
He's played in like fucking every movie too, as like a B character. Like he's played
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. He's played in so many movies for so many years that like now he's in like these Avengers movies, and you're just like,
there's that guy.
Like, well, you're just kind of like, man,
there's a guy that's in every other movie.
Yeah, well, at the same time, you're kind of like, dude, you don't fucking age either. Maybe it's because he plays in every movie and you just don't see him age. You're just so used to seeing him.
Now he's just doing commercials with Seth Rogen on Doritos or some shit. Or Lay's potato chips. It was. There's for real. He's on a commercial with Seth Rogen and they're like eating potato chips. And shit.
But who else plays in Dante's Peak besides Pierce Brosnan? That's a dumb movie.
It's a terrible movie.
Well, that and Volcano were both terrible movies. A fucking volcano just, right in the middle of Los Angeles, bitches. Fuck out of here. Like Los Angeles would fall into the ocean before a volcano erupted. Just my opinion. But I mean, Dante's Peak, Shadow Conspiracy, it's probably just like Battleship. Just a gay fucking movie.
I like Battleship. It's entertaining.
No.
Especially the part when the old men come out of nowhere and start manning the boat from World War II. That's so realistic.
Maybe that's cool. Maybe. Okay.
Just fucking with it's terrible. It's such a terrible movie.
Like I said, fucking Down Periscope should have been called Battleship. And we should have never made this movie. Like ever. Like it should have been Kelsey Grammer stars in Battleship.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it should have been. Shouldn't have been anything else.
But the guy in Battleship, I think his name's like Taylor Kish or something.
Taylor, like gay, is more.
Yeah,
like...
Taylor Kitsch. He's the main character. He's in a really good movie called John Carter of Mars. It's like a Disney movie, but it's like it's one of the most entertaining movies.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's like some like Greek knight, but right?
No. He's just like it's like in the Old West, and he's this old like he fought for the Northern Army.
Oh, he played
the Civil
Gambit.
War. Yeah, but he fought for the Northern Army in the Civil War, and then he went out to be a gold miner, and he finds this amulet on this dude and uses it, and it transports him to Mars, and he's on Mars, and he like saves Mars from a civil war there, and then like falls in love with some princess on Mars. It's a pretty fucked up movie, but it's actually really, really awesome. Like I actually like that movie a lot. You should watch it. John Carter of Mars.
Yeah, I think I want to pop that on tonight. Michael Chabon. Screenplay by Michael Chabon.
Yeah, just don't.
William Dafoe.
Don't bring the green to it.
Wait, right there. Hashtag Kirk bangs the greens. This is a good movie. Hashtag Kirk bangs the greens.
There you go.
But
all right,
back to Terminator.
Yes.
So yeah, we keep getting pulled away there, but yeah. So Linda Hamilton, she's had quite a career with TV. That's really where she's made it. She's made appearances in like Murder, She Wrote. Fucking bad show.
She wrote.
Yeah, Murder
With
She
that
Wrote.
old lady
Yeah, the one where she types on the typewriter and then like whatever she types happens.
masturbates while she's typing.
Yeah, that one for sure.
With B. Arthur.
Is that who it is? B. Arthur. I don't even know who B. Arthur is.
I think she's on the Golden Girls.
Oh, okay. But
Let's talk about the fucking movie. Fuck
we are.
Linda Hamilton. Linda Hamilton sucks.
Nuh-uh.
Like,
dude, actually,
yeah.
when I think about it, like, yeah, she sucks in anything else. But when it comes to Terminator, that's her fucking bread and butter right there, brother.
Even the first one she sucked in. The second one, she was a badass.
You know, her sister played her double in that, right?
Really?
Yeah. So all the stunts were done by her twin sister. Probably
How'd they know it
thought
was their twin?
what?
How'd they know it was the twin doing it, not her?
You're confusing.
So how, like, if they're twins
Uh-huh.
and they're sisters,
Uh-huh.
how would they know it was her twin actually doing the stunt and not her?
Sure, there's a birthmark
twin.
somewhere.
Let me see your vagina. That's what James Cameron said.
Yeah. It's
Kirk's banging the green. Let's see this. Let's go to this movie, right?
yeah.
The first thing with this movie, opening scene, they have that fucking lion roaring that you never see anymore. Remember that?
I mean the 20th Century Fox or no,
It's like
the MGM lion.
Goldwyn. Yeah.
What happened to the MGM lion? I'll tell you what happened. Kirk bangs the greens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So, like, you got the lion roar, so it's already a classic, right? You're like,
yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then you have
I hear
my disappointing thing with this was opening scene. It looks like, oh, it's got the hunter killer thing flying around. Star Wars was 78. The second one was 81.
Mm-hmm.
I think the third was 84, right? Same year.
Yeah, something like
Terminator,
that.
Something like that. The graphics were so horrible at the beginning of this because, like, you could tell it's a model, and then, like, this ship flies in and it stops, and it's like, like, somebody should have been like, things like going forward.
Do you remember that green screen attempt I made with the drone?
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, dude, I've done this better. I used actual like fucking filament wire and shit and had a broom holding it.
Yeah.
Just dangling in front of a camera. But yeah, no, that was pretty bad.
For James Cameron, the man he already had made Aliens. Or Alien, the first one.
Yeah.
He'd done other movies. And then to come out with this shit, like, he was better than that. You know what I mean? Like, this is James Cameron.
Maybe he was rushed.
Maybe.
Because it
was a low budget or something.
Well, I think it definitely was a low budget. But let's just put it this way. They're all fucking low budgets until somebody actually gets in there and is like, fuck, we need more money.
Yeah.
You know, but anyways,
that's why MGM doesn't have the lion anymore.
Yeah. Sorry. Remember the movie Terminator? Yeah, that's right. That motherfucker Kirk bangs the greens and we don't have the lion anymore. Sorry. I think that movie came out like a couple days before Halloween, or it came out the Friday before Halloween that year.
Really?
Yeah, like October 20 something. So maybe they had a time constraint.
Maybe.
But you're right. You're right. That
Halloween.
Those first scenes, like, they got way better in 2. Like in 2, I don't know. There was just something badass about seeing that future John Carter just fucking standing there, fucking looking out in the wild yonder at all the fucking.
Well, I think that one starts out with the Terminator's being crushed in the skull too, or rolling over
Yeah,
their
well,
skulls.
it's yeah, it like starts off the same, but the graphics are way fucking better.
Oh yeah. Like Terminator 2 was like one of the first like summer blockbuster action movies I remember.
Right.
You know, where like a whole floor of the building blows up. Like that's the same type of shit that you're seeing nowadays with like that second Batman movie with the Joker, when the Joker's like pressing the button and like a whole building explodes.
Yeah.
Like they did that shit in Terminator 2, which is 1991.
Yeah.
You know? So
well, here was something like when I watched Terminator, I definitely get the Halloween horror film vibe coming out of that.
yeah.
When you see 2, you're like, like you just said, the keyword
Sci-fi.
summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like, well, yeah, it's sci-fi at the end of the day, but yeah, you don't see it as a horror movie. You see it as Arnold is going to kick some ass in this movie. Well, I guess people didn't really know that he was going to be a good guy at first. That's just the Terminator.
You mean a bad guy?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on who you're rooting for at that point, but listen. So Terminator.
Yeah.
The very beginning, we're still on the beginning here. When they put up that stupid, like, I hate when you have to read in the very beginning of a movie to understand what the fuck is going on. And it's like, and this is going down, and then it says ... like tonight. And you're like, fuck, happening right now? Like I'm watching a movie. So listen. Like when they were time traveling, the amount of electricity seemed a little excessive to me. Like, I don't know, we've talked about time travel and how it's probably possible, but then space travel isn't possible yet, right? Because the solar system's moving at like 436,000 miles per minute or some shit. So if you travel back in time, you'd be like in the middle of space somewhere, like 300 and something thousand miles away.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, what are you thinking? They're using like 3.5 gigawatts or something?
Yeah,
opposed to
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah, opposed to 1.21.
I mean, I don't know, but there's a lot of electricity, right? I mean, do you need that amount of electricity to time travel? And if you do need that amount of electricity, is it really worth it at that point? Because, I mean, if you put that anywhere near you, it's either coming out your butthole or you're going to get cancer.
Well, according to Mark Ruffalo, you don't actually like time travel. You just keep going to the future. But your future might be in the past.
Whatever. So I just don't think there'd be that amount of electricity, right? Because like there was lightning bolts flying all around, and then all of a sudden naked fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger appears, and all you see is his fucking ass.
How the hell did the garbage truck driver get the hell out of there? Like, you would think,
I think he was still in the truck.
No, he got out. He opened it and he ran out real quick, and he ran towards the back. And I mean, like, you think to yourself, like, lightning bolts everywhere. Usually when you're like the tallest object in the area, like they're gonna go after you. I mean, yeah, there's a truck there, but the moment he walks out of the truck, I feel like he's an open target. Like, dude, if you were in one of those spheres, they have like the lightning and the argon in there and shit. Like, if you like walked in there, I guaranteed you'd get struck down and you'd be fucking dead.
What about like a Tesla thing? Those Tesla coils where there's like,
all right, I guess you're
in
right.
That room.
I guess
you can be in the room.
Touch those.
Yeah.
Fucking Tesla.
Just don't hold your penis. Yeah, damn girl fine. So anyway,
hold on. You know why Tesla was into 369? Because he loved to have 69s 3 times in a row.
Really?
Yeah, I just made that up.
Yeah.
It's not even fact.
He liked 88s.
He liked 88s, yeah.
He gets 8.
He liked to turn them on its side for infinity.
You get 8 twice and then 88. Anyways, so you see all this lightning happens, right? Nobody gets killed, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I just don't think there'd be that much electricity just kind of flying around, but who knows, right?
Well,
Maybe it's just like a hole, like a vag that cuts through the world, and then you just walk through it.
the later ones, like really, I think they start getting a more realistic thing. Like if you're gonna have all that electricity, you're gonna have like fucking glass forming everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So they got it right in those other ones, but no, you're right. It's really fucked up, and I'm just trying to figure out. Like, I get that the Terminator can do that. How the hell does John Connor, or I mean Kyle Reese, go through all that and like his skin not get fucking singed off?
Well, I mean, technically, the Terminator's skin is the same as our skin.
Yeah,
to a certain extent. Right.
Well, I guess that's the
cyborg.
flaw.
He's a cyborg, right?
See, like their whole thing was, oh, if you wear clothes, it's gonna burn off, you know?
Right.
Well, maybe your skin probably would too, but I guess in Fantasyland, no, just the clothes, not your skin. Your skin's fine.
Yeah, I just remember more of like when I think of time travel, like I think there's so much shit that could just go wrong. Like I always think of The Fly, the movie The Fly. Fuck Jeff Goldblum, man.
Fuck Jeff Goldblum, man.
Anyways, he's in that and turns into a monster. And that lady has to blow his head off.
Sounds about right. I mean, I think that's the only way. Like, if Jeff Goldblum like fucking went nuts on you, that would be the only way to stop him. Blow his head off.
To a fucking fly. Because he transported. You've ever seen The Fly?
No.
Have you ever seen? Holy fuck.
No.
That's number 2 on your list. Aliens and The Fly, Michael. Watch The Fly.
I've seen Aliens. It's been a while. But The Fly, no.
Oh man. It's got the lady from Beetlejuice. What's her name? Not Winona Ryder. The
Winona?
The one with the big teeth.
You mean who? Baldwin's girl?
Yeah.
She don't exist. She's not even a real actress. Hold on, let me
She's in it.
Gina Davis?
Yes. So Gina Davis is like a reporter, and she like falls for Jeff Goldblum, who's this weird like inventor dude.
You know, I've seen Gina Davis naked, not in the movies, just through Playboy.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, she don't shave.
Yeah. I mean, do you blame her though? So anyways, time travel. We're gonna go all day on this shit, because time travel is one of my favorite things to debate. But nonetheless, so I don't think there's that amount of electricity. Second off, you see Arnold walking away from this butt ass naked. Like that's the first scene of this movie. There's like robots blasting lasers, and then there's a garbage man not getting electrocuted, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger's ass, bare ass, walking.
Sounds about right for an 80s movie.
Yes, but he's walking right at a group of thug people, which includes Bill Paxton.
Fucking Bill, right?
I love fucking Bill Paxton.
He's dead though, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking shame.
He had like heart complications or something. He was only like 63 or 60.
Right. I mean, he played a fucking badass Mormon boss that fucking had like 20 wives.
Another gentleman that was an alien.
Yeah, well,
played Hudson. Makes sense. Game over, man. Game over. What are we gonna do now? One of my favorite characters. He's just fucking freaking out the whole time. Anyway, so he's walking butt ass naked. The thing that surprised me too, like I feel like in the 80s everybody had a switchblade.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Where did this like I've never even held a switchblade.
That's myself, that dude.
Right?
So
like, but like how in the 80s everybody's just like fucking flipping out like gangster.
That's what happened. They used switchblades all the time in the 80s. Law finally came around. By the time we were born, they're like, no switchblades. And then nobody fucks with switchblades anymore.
Like, I feel like they were handing out switchblades.
Oh, they definitely were.
Born,
yeah, like
we were issued a social security card and a switchblade at birth in the 80s. You realize that in that movie was 1984, right?
Yeah.
In the movie, he's like 40 years from now. That's when this happens. Well, 40 years from then was 2024. So
We're 2 years away.
you, yeah, 2 years away from Skynet going live, but you need to make sure that you have your boomerang ready so you can take out the legs of a T-1000 or whatever, because it's not going to work at all. It's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You know what else is dumb? Lasers
What?
don't make fucking noise when you shoot them. Like all future wars are going to be completely silent and dumb. Like you're not going to hear anybody shooting at anybody. All you're going to hear is like clicking of relays from, from lasers turning on and off and bouncing off of a mirror in like a giant vacuum tube, because that's how you have to kill somebody. And like maybe they'll die, or maybe they're just going to get cancer or some shit. But it's just really like click, 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 like a relay actuating.
Sir, can you step into the vacuum tube? Okay, cool. Boom. What's the movie with Bruce Willis? Is it The Jackal, where he's testing the AI weapon and he just kills Jack Black? It's like that. Yeah. Just go over there. Don't worry about it. This AI killing gun isn't going to kill you. Dead.
You know, he's in it, which is a time travel movie, Looper. That's how I imagine time travel being more of like. You ever seen Looper?
I haven't. No, I've been hearing about it.
It's a good movie. It's Joshua Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis, and then Emily Blunt is in it too. But like, it's all about like the mob and stuff. And in the future, if you kill somebody, they can track who killed them for whatever reason. So they send people back in time to get killed. So they call them loopers, which are the guys that kill them. And then in the future, you get like paid a bunch of money, and then in the future they come and kill you. Or the mob comes and kills you. Anyways, so all of a sudden, like people just like pop up, like they're in the past, now they're in the future, now they're in the past. They just appear. You know what I mean? Like that's more of how I see time travel happening. It's just
I might have seen this. Does this kind of start out, or maybe I'm getting Time Cop confused? But is this
Time Cop with fucking
Jean-Claude
Van Damme?
Dude, Jean-Claude can crack a fucking egg with his ass cheeks. But
I could probably do that too. I just have to fart or something.
I'm telling you, I've tried. You need to have some tight ass glute muscles to do that. You couldn't do it.
Film this and send it to you.
I'm going to tell you what. Picture it didn't happen. All right. You do that tonight. I'll watch a video of your asshole and egg falling out. If that happens,
I am going to crack an egg with my butt cheeks, dude.
All right. Here's the challenge.
Gonna film it.
If Jared cracks an egg with his butt cheeks, I want 1,000 fucking followers on TikTok, you assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With you fucking people. You follow a guy named Jeff or something, and he's got like 2,700 followers. I sent you that video.
Yeah. No, there's going to be a picture of Jeff right here, and I'm going to show these assholes that you all follow him in his repetitive picture of himself with no other content. And because he's a gamer. So this is what he did. All right.
I'm a Jeff.
So Jeff took a stupid picture of himself. I mean, it's stupid. Nobody likes it. Nobody cares. All right. He put it up there, and then he's like done this like 6,000 times. He's posted a video or something, and he just puts a different song every time. And that's how he got people to start following him. And he put like hashtags like I'm a gamer and shit. So I think what what he ended up doing was
Kirk bangs green.
Yeah, he had hashtag Kirk bangs the greens. No, but this is what he does. Yeah, he keeps putting it out there, and then he finally breaks over the 100 or the 1,000 followers. Now he does live streams, right? Yeah. That's probably all he does. Probably playing his stupid fucking video games, or probably watching like fucking Matlock or something. I don't know. Is
that what you have to do to get live streams? Is have 1,000 followers?
Well, there's a couple of criteria. So yeah, you need 1,000 followers. You need to have a viral video, like so over 200 or something like views in a day or something like that, 200 to 400. Like
Can we get that on one?
yeah, we've hit all the criteria besides 1,000 fucking followers.
Why don't people want to follow us? We're fucking cool.
I know.
Talk about the Terminator.
Like, dude, if you guys fucking follow us, what's gonna happen is we're gonna do live streams watching these fucking videos.
Yes.
You fucking assholes. Anyways, back to Terminator because these jagoffs. We're gonna lose followers. We're gonna lose followers now because I keep calling everybody a jagoff.
That's what they are, though. Anyways,
yeah, whatever. Anyways,
so Switchblades,
and Terminator.
So the other thing I noticed, all of a sudden, like, so Michael, is it Bean or Bane?
I call him Bean.
So Michael Bean comes out of nowhere, right? Do you notice how much garbage is around?
Like, do you notice how high off the ground he is? Like, that's all right. Let's backtrack here. That's where you know, like, robots are more accurate than humans because Arnold just fucking, yeah, he's on the ground. He doesn't even fall. Like, Arnold could fall. Like, that was the point. Like, but Michael Biehn falls like 10 feet out of the air. Like, I'm surprised, like, his shoulder isn't like fucked beyond belief.
Yeah.
And then he steals a bum's pants. So, like,
but did you notice how much garbage was around?
Yeah.
Like, the one thing that I was like, okay, there's a lot of fucking garbage. So either the 80s were extremely dirty or that garbage guy was making his rounds and didn't make it over there because his truck got hit by a fucking time traveling robot.
You know what it was? No, I mean, obviously it's a Hollywood set, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like a bunch of fucking stage designers like, oh yeah, more garbage. Yeah, let's throw more garbage in there. Let's
make it really fucking dirty around,
you know what?
Here.
40 fucking years from now, when fucking assholes are watching this, they're gonna notice. Yeah, I bet you they're gonna notice. Or they're like, or no, they're gonna think it's awesome. Or they're gonna think
there's a lot of garbage just all over the place.
And then there's that one guy, that was probably like, dude, I think everyone 40 years from now is going to be like the 80s was a bunch of fucking garbage. So go fuck yourself. And then they fired him and then they went with the garbage.
Okay. Anyway, so there's a
lot of mistakes on this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But the one other thing too, like, so he does steal the bum's pants, but why immediately are the cops chasing him? If you notice, like, the cops pull up and they shine a light, they're like, hey, you, like,
yeah, they were really out for him,
like, immediately, and there was no reason for that. You know what I mean? Like, he had to start. He talked to the bum, but like the bum didn't call the fucking cops, right? So like the cops pull up and they're like, "Hey, you," like, and then they chase him down, and I was like, "Wait a second, this dude did nothing. He just appeared, and the cops are already chasing him down," which made no sense. Like, why? Why are they coming after him? There's no reason. But so they chased down fucking Michael Biehn or whatever, Bean, Brohamus.
The Beaner.
Yeah, the Bean. And so like he does some like fucking move, right? Mm-hmm. Does some karate. And so he gets the gun away from the police officer and he's like, what's the date? And he's like, tells him it's like the 12th of June or whatever. And he's like, the year. He's like, in 1984. Okay. And I didn't realize this. The movie Men in Black 3. Have you ever seen this movie?
That's the one with Thor, right? Or
no. This is Will Smith has to go back in time.
Okay.
To save Kay. And Kay is actually played by Josh Brolin.
Right.
This one, because he's the younger version of what's his face? That fucking old man.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Fuck Tommy Lee Jones.
Fuck Tommy Lee
Anyways, so So he has to say, and it's Josh Brolin. So he goes back in time and like he jumps off the Empire State Building.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is ringing any bells, and he has to hit this thing. So he hits the button and he jumps back in time and he gets in this elevator and there's this white guy next to him. And he's like, "What's the date?" He's like, "Oh, it's whatever 12th or this 4th." He's like, "When?" And he's like, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Year?" And he's like, 1969. He's like, "Thank you." And it's like almost identical to what he did in Terminator. I think it was kind of like
like an Easter egg.
Yeah, like an Easter egg to the Terminator, because he says the date and then the month, and then he's like, "Year," just like how.
Bro, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, I can't hold it.
All right, I'll go too.
I was just watching the trailer. Remember the scene where Michael Biehn, they're running out of the nightclub trying to get away from Terminator, right? And he's just like ends up pumping a bunch of rounds at Terminator, and then he blows up the car, right? Yes. And then what do you call it? Arnold gets all lit up in fire, but obviously that's not going to stop him. He just walks right through it. From then on with the movie, it drives me nuts because Arnold has no fucking eyebrows. And he looks so goddamn weird because he has eyebrows. There's just like putty over his eyebrows to make it look like he doesn't. And like, it's fake. You know what I mean?
Yes. I literally have it written has no eyebrows on my notes here because he goes through the fire and he has no eyebrows. It's like, wait a second, he looks like a weird motherfucker.
Yeah, like throughout the rest of the movie, you start noticing like he looks like fake as shit. But the best is when he pulls his goddamn eye out.
Yes.
That is the best part because he looks like Michael Myers. It's like they had the same fucking mask and they just put it over him and just painted it to look like his skin and shit.
But one of the things that I noticed, and it just brings it up in the movie, these motherfuckers are like, they get into the future, or in the past, I should say, they time travel. And what do they have to do? They have to go find a phone book in a fucking payphone booth and look up where Sarah Connor lives. And it's like, wait a second. If you watch that movie, like let's say you were a kid right now and you watch that movie,
you'd be like,
what
absolutely
the fuck
not.
Is that phone book? What is that thing? What is this? That people are looking up something. And you'd be like, yeah, that's a phone book. That's what we had to use before you had fucking cell phones or Google Maps.
Phone books are way better.
They're terrible. Anyway,
I guess you don't have Control F for that.
Yeah. And like, so the phone book, like, what the fuck is going on? The first time we see Sarah Connor, she's pulling up on a fucking scooter, and she drives up on the sidewalk with a motor. Like this is it sounds like a 2-stroke fucking like dirt bike scooter. Right? It's like, like one of those ones where you like floor it and it doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
And pulls up and then she chains it up like a bicycle.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? She like, I've seen people drive scooters like motorcycles and they pull over and they park it and then they get off. They don't chain it up like a bicycle.
It's different.
But then I realized in the 80s, everything was easy to steal.
Yeah.
Because like then you get to the scene, Arnold Schwarzenegger jumps in this fucking Woody wagon, slams the steering column and just starts the car. Like, yeah, come on, man.
You know what? I don't even think you use keys anymore to start like Vespas and scooters or motorcycles anymore. They're all key fobs.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you don't even need keys. But like either way, like everything must have either been stolen or was easy to steal in the 80s, right? Like,
yeah.
Because I mean, she had the bike or had the scooter that had to be chained up because it was easy to steal. Arnold Schwarzenegger just fucking stole a wagon, and then the next scene you see Kyle Reese like hot wiring a fucking some 80s car, and then he's like has that tripped out dream that he's in that tunnel and the fucking
the future Terminator. I got the guy's name.
E1000 guy.
Yeah, I wrote his name down. It was actor Franco Columbo. And I didn't really look anything else up about him. I was just like, oh, that's not Arnold. And I guess
Franco Columbo was he was a shorter guy, and he fucking worked out with Arnold Schwarzenegger all the time.
That's what it was.
Yeah, Franco Columbo, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Joe Wilder. What's that guy? Joe Widener? Isn't that the guy, the big bodybuilding guy?
No, who's the guy that played the Hulk? Not
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo.
Not Mark Ruffalo. No.
Even Mark Ruffalo are fucking spot buddies.
And not to reference this, but okay, so Paul Rudd, who's in every movie, he is in I Love You, Man, which actually I love that.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, no.
Slap at a Bass, man.
We'll talk about that one day.
But he's got Lou Ferrigno in that movie with him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Lou fucking Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
With Kirk banging the greens.
Kirk banging the greens. And then you got Franco Columbo. If you watch the movie something Iron, and I can't think of it.
Pumping Iron. Yeah, he smokes a joint at the end.
Yeah, that's all of them are in that.
Yeah, he does. That's exactly.
Anyways,
what he does.
So
what were we talking about?
I have no idea, but that's okay. We were talking about how easy shit was.
Oh, you're talking about Frank Columbo blasting everybody in the tunnel.
Oh yeah.
And John Connor was like,
because Kyle Reese had stolen that car, so like everything was so easy to steal in the 80s. But what I loved was, you know, when he buys that gun and it's got the laser on it, and the laser is the size of the gun.
Yeah.
That's how big lasers were in the 80s. Like now we got like fucking laser pointers.
Right, yeah.
And like clickers and shit. And like to get that same thing from a laser back in the day, you had something that looked like a scope for a gun attached to a pistol. They're like, oh yeah, just point the laser and shoot it.
Wait, so since we're on the topic of the 80s and lasers, do you remember that movie? It wasn't Weird Science. It was something else with Val Kilmer.
Actually, speaking of Val Kilmer, that dude is in this movie from Top Gun. Rick
Moranis?
Rick Rossovich. He plays Slider, but he's the boyfriend of the roommate.
That's who that is.
And he's like, I'm
fucked up, dude.
Pull your underwear off with my teeth or whatever he says, like on the phone. That's Slider from Top Gun. His name is Rick Rossovich, but he was in a show called Pacific Blue, which was bike cops.
Yeah.
In like 1996.
Yes. I remember. You know what? I've never seen it, but there are so many fucking references making fun of that shit that I know exactly what you're talking about.
Pacific Blue.
There's a Family Guy where they're talking about something similar, and it gets taken off the air, and that's the one where they fake Chris's disease.
Gumble and Gumble.
Yes, Gumble and Gumble.
Or Gumble to Gumble, and it's Brian Gumble and his brother.
Yes.
And they have to chase down people on a boardwalk.
Yes. They're bike cops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they're on like segways or some shit. Something like that. But yes, yeah. Gumble to Gumble. It goes off the air and Peter like goes and holds people hostage.
Yeah. That must have been ripped off of Pacific Blue.
Yeah. But yeah, the guy he's the boyfriend
He got
from
fucked
Top Gun.
up. Dude, Arnold fucked him up. Threw
Oh,
him
yeah.
through the fucking door, and he was just like a bloody fucking mess. And then that bitch had no chance. She just runs and then gets shot, and then is like, all right, I'm gonna jump. It was like bad coordination when they were filming. And then like James Cameron's probably like, oh dude, I'm a Hitchcock. We're moving on. We're not gonna redo that scene. No, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's for editing to figure out. And then editing's like, fuck this. And then they put the sound right before she fucking jumps. I don't know.
But so yeah, it's just so terrible. I mean, it has its flaws. It was an 80s movie. Like they weren't thinking that people were gonna sit there and break it down and compare it to like what we have going on now. Like, you realize that everything that we watch is fake.
Yeah.
I mean, the actors aren't really even like there half the time. It's just like a face, or they have like some kind of suit on that makes them look like something.
You know what?
They put the CGI on there.
I'm gonna act in this movie, but I don't want to even be in it. I'm gonna be a Pedro Pascal. I'm not gonna even fucking walk in the movie. I'm not gonna do anything physical. I'm just gonna fucking sit in a booth. I'm gonna talk, and then it's just gonna be put on someone else's body. Because I mean, we don't know. It's not the same faces. And then maybe every now and then I'm gonna take the helmet off and I'm gonna be on the actual set. And
yeah,
I'll do it from there. Fuck him, dude. I mean, I love Mandalorian. But like when I heard he got so pissed off about Grogu and how Grogu was taken away from him, I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're the Mandalorian. Like, have some fucking pride. Like,
right.
No, it's not Narcos. It's something that's actually incredibly better than Narcos. So fucking shut up. Be blessed that you were asked to do this role. And just fucking do your job. We do our jobs. Why can't Pedro do his fucking job?
I know. Fuck you, Pedro Pascal.
Fuck you, Pedro.
Yeah. Fucking Kirk bangs greens.
Kirk bangs the greens.
You don't.
Nope.
You better not bang the greens, because the greens on your show is baby
if I see Pedro Pascal using that hashtag, I'm gonna flip. You know what happens? Kyle Reese comes back in time to save the fucking world.
Yeah.
And then Arnold Schwarzenegger also comes back to fuck that all up, but he puts on a pair of Gargoyle 85 sunglasses.
That's the Intimidator, fucking Dale Earnhardt, the original.
Is that what he wore? Gargoyle 85s?
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Gargoyles, man.
What did I read? Oh yeah. Clint Eastwood used those in 83. So a year before Terminator in the movie Sudden Impact. Yeah, so let's just sum up here Terminator. Okay.
But like one last thing that I wanted to comment on. So the Terminator itself makes zero sense other than as an infiltration thing, right? Because like a bipedal person, like a skeleton, even the skeleton robot that they are, makes no sense, because you'd be off balance the whole time. You'd have to have a gyro, you'd have to all this. When you have the wheeled vehicles or the wheeled robots, like
the Johnny Fives.
Yeah, the Johnny Fives are fucking alive. But it makes no sense. Yeah, if you were to have a more ideal weapon, it would be like a camera with a fucking laser on it and
Johnny Five.
Yeah, but you don't even need the body with the arms and shit. We're just fucking laser and fucking. We have like a disco ball of lasers and just fucking drive it into the middle. If you see somebody, But again, the lasers would not make any noise. It would just be the most odd like, you know, like when you go and get an X-ray done, and you're the one standing there and like, put this lead vest over yourself.
Yeah, and you just hear the click.
Yeah, you hear like, and then like it's over, and they're like, oh, okay, that was good.
We just
And
shot
like,
a
wow,
500,000 lasers in you.
You just radiated me a lot so that you could take a picture. And you just maybe put a lead vest over my penis so that I don't cook my fucking insides.
You know the Chernobyl meltdown? We just kind of did that to you. But you have a lead vest, so it's fine.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We just put a bunch of lead in front of you. That if it leaked out, you might need to go get tested for lead poisoning too.
Which that's another thing that happened.
Lasers, but that's what would be like. So like, if I shot a laser at somebody, that would be the future type, like portable laser. It'd be like a big ass. You'd look like a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, I
You
believe
have a
it.
big ass fucking backpack of batteries.
Ghostbusters did it right.
And a fucking like, you'd probably have something about yay big.
Look at Cannon.
It would probably be about yay big with a big wire going to it, and you just like click it on somebody and they just roast.
But like the best part too is then like,
and you probably have like
your laser's probably like fucking done after that one shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably have maybe 2 or 3 shots. Like the
like,
third one might just like
you would need like
really
fucking
sunburn,
dry ice or something, or like cryogenics, just like running through it. Oh, we're done.
But I mean, maybe it would like cut through like a tree or something.
Get the M16s because I just cashed out the laser. And I missed.
They have that shit already. All right, we gotten way off track. Like we haven't even talked about fucking Terminator this entire time.
No, but this has turned out to be awesome.
Okay, but last but not least, one thing I wanted to touch on fucking Terminator. Okay, so they're escaping. This is when fucking Arnold has no eyebrows. And he's driving like a madman, right?
Yeah.
Kyle Reese. He's like, he's making this turn. He's like, he's microprocessor controlled. And I was like, everything is fucking microprocessor controlled. Do you think that that's some kind of fancy fucking shit? But in 1984, microprocessors were like, oh,
yeah,
microprocessor.
They were like fucking supercomputers.
Yeah. Like, do you remember growing up and you had the fucking Macintosh? Yeah. And you had the fucking floppy disks, and then it was the hard disks, and then CDs. And now, like, things just show up.
You just open your computer and you have it. You're like, I want this. Oh, it's there. I got it.
Yeah. Like if I want to play a video game, I want to play this video game. I don't leave the house. I go download this game and then I play that video game. Yeah. We have instant satisfaction for everything now, and everything has a microprocessor. This microphone literally says it has a microprocessor in it because it's like dampening my voice right now.
I think that's what they were trying to tell us. I think that's a
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Howard Stern, the movie.
The movie, yeah. Years ago.
Yeah, remember when he's like, go sit on that speaker, and I'm like, you remember it? That
not really, but it's funny.
Well,
I guess I got a lot of movies I gotta watch here.
Yeah, you gotta. What the hell have you been doing with your life?
I thought I've watched like everything, but I guess I'm not.
I've watched way too many movies, and you know what it is? I have this sick problem where I can remember movies like almost like a photographic memory of movies.
Same with
like
me.
Signs.
Maybe we're savants or something.
Maybe.
You know,
the world has brought us together to discuss what we can remember.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. So I did want to bring this up with Terminator. If we're not so far fucking from the point here, but did you know Tom Selleck was considered to be to be the Terminator? Just imagine if Tom Selleck did Arnold's role with that fucking mustache. I mean, because he was doing Magnum PI. That's why I turned it down, because he was doing Magnum PI. But maybe that James is like, you gotta shave the mustache though if you fucking playing in my movie.
You know what movie he was good in that like is it was called like I think it was called Runaway. It was where
Major League Baseball.
No, it had these like spider robots. They would like creep up and they'd like this acid like
spiders.
Fucking it was I think it was called Runaway, but it was Tom Selleck and that chick from Cheers, Christy Alley.
Fuck her. You know what? It's like every 10 years, like some magazine comes out about her weight loss. Like she loses a shit ton of weight and then she gains it back. And then 10 years later, there's a whole article about, oh, be like Christy Alley and lose 40 pounds like she did or whatever, you know, with Weight Watchers or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Fuck you, Christy Alley.
You were stop being fat, you bitch.
Oh, we might have to cut that out. That's mean. We can't say that.
About Christy Alley?
Well, Christy Alley, I mean, yeah, I guess she's pulling Brendan Fraser shit on us. You know, I don't know.
That's not even Brendan Fraser shit. That's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like that.
Fucking Brendan Fraser. You fucking let us all down. And now you're coming back. Now everybody finally fucking sat you in a room and said, we love you. We're totally upset that you got fat, but we follow you.
Yeah, we don't care that a penis went in your butt. Let's just fucking make some movies now.
So is that really confirmed? Did that really?
I don't know.
See, I thought I read something like somebody like tried sexually, like it came out like that someone sexually assaulted him, but then it was proved that it never happened. I don't know. But everybody, Terminator, 1984, directed by James Cameron.
Runaway was also 1984. Tom Selleck and Christy Alley.
Fuck Christy. When did fucking the other movie?
Have you ever seen that movie? You got to watch it. Runaway, Tom Selleck. Put it on your list for the other 80 fucking movies that you need to watch, Michael.
I want to watch.
What do you do with your life?
I watch Chappie.
You watch Chad. You watch the show Chad on TV.
Chaz. I go to Chaz. I live in Chaz.
Chappie is not a bad movie. I like that.
What is it? Is that Iron Eagle? Is that what it's called?
What?
The one with Chappie.
No, I'm talking about Chappie, the actual movie. That's like you seen the movie District 9?
Oh, I'm not talking about that, dude. I'm talking about Iron Eagle, man. The fucking black guy pilot that teaches the kids how to fly and then like somehow defeat the Russians. I don't know.
Why does he got to be black?
Because he was a black actor. I don't know.
Aren't you supposed to say African American, Michael? Jesus. Are you supposed to be a woke? I thought this was a woke podcast until now. And now
Lou Gossett Jr. That's who it was. Yeah, Lou Gossett Jr. played Chappie. And I don't know what he did. What's the plot to this?
Nobody cares about this fucking movie, Mike.
He's just a veteran. And there's just some shit going.
Iron Eagle was just dumb as fuck.
Dude. No,
it's just like Red Dawn. Have you ever watched Red Dawn? That was a terrible movie.
Yeah, that's with Dolph Lundgren, right? And then Thor played it later. Thor played it later.
Yeah, no, it wasn't with Dolph. It was with fucking the fucking guy from Roadhouse,
Swayze.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze.
I think Lundgren played in it too. Maybe not.
Patrick Swayze is also a name for cocaine.
I thought Dolph Lundgren played in fucking Red Dawn.
No,
No, you know what though? It was totally gay. All right, here's what I'm
You know
gonna
what's
say.
totally gay is fucking
Battleship.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
What's the name of his band? What is it?
Corey and the Angels.
You got to do a cutaway to him like dancing right now because it's the most worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hold on. Let's get back to Red Dawn here. And let's talk about the more recent one with Chris Hemsworth. It really pissed me off that Josh Peck played in it. And you know what?
He was a turd. He was a turd and a half.
It really got gay at the end when all of a sudden they make the reference that they're the Wolverines. Yeah. Like the way they did it at the end, I don't know. It was just stupid. It was like some Disney fucking movie where all the kids just go nuts at the end. Like, we're
it was like
Patriots.
It was like Hook with Robin Williams, but
with Josh Peck and Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth's probably like, this fucking movie better get me a better role. And then he became Thor.
Yeah.
He might have been Thor before then. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'll do a Swayze movie. I swear Dolph Lundgren played in fucking Red Dawn.
I don't think so, bro.
Maybe I'm just getting them mixed up with Ivan Drago. Charlie Sheen played in it?
Bro. Cool story, bro.
Who's Brad Savage?
That's Matt Savage's brother.
No. Who the fuck is Matt Savage? You're talking about Corey Matthews. He's fucking...
No, Corey Feldman from The Lost Boys.
Corey Feldman's Donatello in my book.
What's the...
No, Brad Savage.
Sister, thou shalt not come for your brother. Remember?
Brad Savage played. Who is? I don't care about him.
Fred, you're thinking about Fred Savage with the big mole and.
Yeah. Then what's his brother's name? It's not. It's Fred and Ben. Ben 10 Savage.
Ben 10. Ben
10 Savage.
Yeah, but the Lost Boys.
All right, back to Terminator. What do we think about
nothing
this?
On.
No.
The only thing that this is what I have to say at the very end of the movie when the fucking skeleton robot is coming at them. Gave me nightmares as a child. That's all I have to say. Like, I couldn't watch that part. That was my least favorite part of the movie.
You know that bitch, Linda Hamilton, sprained her ankle, so she had to do all that stuff. They had to wait till the end to do all her chase scenes.
Stupid bitch.
And they had to tape it. She says she was in pain. Well, the movie was kind of painful.
Yeah.
I mean,
fucking show it.
But Jared, what do we think about this movie? I mean,
it's a cult classic. You have to watch it.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, you have to watch this and then immediately watch Terminator 2, and then you're gonna be like, "Fuck."
Then you realize there's something going on here. There's a story. There is a definite story that makes somewhat sense. I just wish they didn't kill Kyle Reese. You know that
Kyle Reese.
You know, it would probably been cool if, like, you know, things would be a lot more stable if Kyle was still alive. You know, maybe
but he had to die. He had to die.
I guess.
Because then he fathered the child that sends it back in time.
But then, like, I don't know, 20 years later, they come out with some fucking goofy ass, like, multi-dimensional shit. So, whoa. You still on mute, bro? Nope. Just got cheap ass headphones.
Oh, shit. All right. I think we're getting to a point where
we need to end this. So we need to come up with the ending here. So So what do we give this movie? Let's give this movie a rating. Okay, it's a cult classic, 1984, starred Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, Arnold
What's our
Schwarzenegger,
yeah?
directed,
our
written by Iron Jim. I mean,
Kirk bangs cranes?
out of a scale of 10, I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it a 7. All right, I give it a 7 because there were some fucking mistakes in the beginning. I can do better effects with my drone.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I'm like almost exactly right where you are, around a 7, because like you want to watch it. It's a good movie. I mean, it's not a terrible movie. It's a classic 80s, again, the cult classic. Yes, it has its mistakes, and yes, it looks kind of weird, but you have to remember, if this was brand new release and you were living at 1984, this would be a pretty badass fucking movie for its time.
It would be
for its time.
But I don't know, man. We like Star Wars, and if we were watching Star Wars and we watched this shit, I think we'd kind of be like, "You need to talk to George, bro."
Yeah, but then you watch Terminator 2.
I think he talked to George, though. He might have talked to George. He might have had a meeting and was just like
something like that. But Terminator 2 is like,
bro,
Terminator 2 is a fucking badass movie. The cinematography, the fucking like the action, the explosions.
Well, I think it's like you said earlier. I think Terminator was a low budget movie, and I mean, for a low budget movie, it's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think James Cameron really did anything big before then either.
I thought he had like Jaws and
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Jaws. He had Alien, the first Alien.
Oh,
with Sigourney Weaver.
Forgot those all predated that. So maybe this was a decent. Before we end this, all right. So Terminator is about AI robots taking over the world, and
penises and vaginas.
Yeah, penises and vaginas taking over the world. But we are actually stepping into that age of artificial intelligence. And so we seeing movies like Terminator, you know, definitely makes you second guess the world we're living in. And, you know, some of these experts do kind of lead that could be. But like then there's some people like Elon that he's kind of weird how he goes about it. He's a little like, you know, sometimes he's
Swedish.
Like, yeah, well, sometimes he's like, yeah, AI is, you know, going to take over us. But like the way he says it's going to be isn't like a violent, you know, way. They will become a superior being in like almost like we just fall right behind. We just trust it.
Yeah.
It takes care of us. And that's kind of how the movie or the show Westworld is. Like you got HBO Go or Max, right?
Yeah.
You need to check out the series Westworld, and you need to watch.
I thought it was just a bunch of like orgies in the Western.
Well, yeah, that's how it starts off, right? Yeah. So at first it starts off like that, and you're thinking, dude, this is just fucked up. Rich people do this. And now the AI robots are turning against everybody and taking the park hostage. And you think it's because of the abuse. But then you just start learning there's all this other crap going on. Like the whole park is an experiment for they want to clone people. So they're actually recording physical human data from these people that pay all this money to come to this park and live these lives. So the robots are one experiment. They're trying to perfect human features and like a fake human. Then the people coming to the park is another thing where they're taking their personal data and like they're taking their biological data, like not just like what they're saying and doing, but they're actually taking their vitals and all this other information so that they can build a database and try to figure out how to build a body, like an organic body, and then put that memory in there. And then, so that's like the first 2 seasons. Then the last one is finding out that an AI runs the world, and this park is the last thing that it hasn't gotten its hands on. And so the lead robot ends up fucking killing the AI and freeing humanity. That's an intense fucking 3 seasons right there. It's crazy. And what's his face plays in the last one?
Yeah, Damon.
No, the guy that played in Breaking Bad that was Walter White's sidekick.
I don't know.
I don't know his name either, but you know who I'm talking about, though.
I do.
I'll have a picture of him. I'll probably put a name caption too. But yeah, he played in that. That's a fucking trippy AI movie or show. Like, makes you think, like, holy fuck. Like, people can't get jobs because the AI has already determined, like, this is what you're good at and this is what you need to do. So you're just a construction worker, you know. But that was our discussion for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go all over the place, but you know, that's Jared and Mike telling it right. That's all that fucking matters.
You can't tell it right unless you go off on a tangent.
So before we go, I just want to let all of you people that don't watch this shit, that when you do watch it, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. If I put this on TikTok, hit the goddamn plus sign. All right, get us to 1,000 so we can do some live streams here. All right, and really get into our content.
Yeah,
like, we want to be like Science Mystery Theater 2000, whatever shit.
In 22.
Yeah, in 22, and you know, we want to do some cool shit.
Don't forget to hashtag
Kirk bangs the greens.
Kirk bangs greens. That's it.
Kirk bangs the greens. If that hashtag doesn't become viral and if we don't get 1,000 views, you all fucking suck.
Yeah. I agree.
And one last thing. God bless Ukraine.
Yeah.
Keep it up, guys. Keep up the wall. To the death. To the end.
Yeah, put up
we
the
have
Berlin
your back.
Wall.
Jared and I are going to start building drones for you guys.
I'm going to find balls too, and
we're going to get balls too. It's going to be like the A-Team or what's the movie? A-Team. The Expendables. We're going to be we're going to move in like the Expendables.
Yeah.
With balls to the retired helicopter. You know, actually, before we end, anybody in the service right now, anybody that works at like a fucking helicopter junkyard, if you find the helicopter balls too, you need to notify us immediately.
Yeah.
I
don't think they send them there. I think
we will buy this off the US military. If anybody in the US military can track down balls too, we will buy them. I mean, you can decommission them. We'll just recommission them. But balls too, everybody, is Jared's old helicopter.
It is. It had 2 balls.
We're trying to find them.
Yeah, we'll find it soon enough.
So hit the subscribe button, hit the plus button, and we'll be back. Kirk bangs the greens.
Hashtag.